And good morning and welcome right on Morning Express. You are live on Galaxy Universal Network on channel 500 Starset. My name is MBELE. And well, it is 90 days before Christmas, and I don't know if it's too early to be counting, but allow me to take a look at the 30 minutes rundown of today's show. Well, the headlines for today are: President Cyril Ramaphosa has directed that documentation relating to a recent visit to Zimbabwe by Minister of Defense and military veterans be made public. Higher Education Minister Bladen Nzimande says no institutions are considered high risk at the moment. Gauteng Premier David Makhura has placed the head of Health Department, Professor Mkhululi Lukele, under precautionary suspension. In studio, we are once again joined this week by a baker. Stay tuned to find out who it is and what we'll be talking about. And moving into our first story. President Cyril Ramaphosa has directed that the documentation relating to a visit to Zimbabwe by Minister of Defense and military veterans Nosiviwe Maphisana Nqakula be made public. The publication of the minister's initial and supplementary reports to the president be informed by president's commitment to transparency. The president on Wednesday said this. Minister Maphisana Nqakula visited Zimbabwe on official business on the 8th of September 2020. The minister traveled on a South African Air Force aircraft which also conveyed senior leaders of the African National Congress. The president then issued the minister with a formal reprimand for conveying the ANC delegation to Zimbabwe on an aircraft of the South African Air Force. And taking a look at our second story. Higher Education Minister Bladen Nzimande says no institutions are considered high risk at the moment. He says 7 institutions are medium risk while 19 are still at low risk. The minister further stated that last week that at least 12,000 students and staff have been trained to manage COVID-19 in universities. Nzimande says that universities are now ready to accommodate 100% of students. He gave an update on the attempts to keep COVID-19 at bay.
In COVID-19 daily screening, prevention and education and initiatives. To date, over 12,000 individuals have been trained through scientific knowledge to recognize and appropriately manage through the National Integrated Cyber Infrastructure System. The Department of Science and Innovation's branding campaign will, among other achievements, be showcasing its work in response to COVID-19. The department, since its inception with 2 white papers on its journey of developing and coordinating a national system of innovation, will be showcasing some of its achievements, especially its contribution in the work of fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. I hope that through these campaigns there will also be a better appreciation of the impact of science, technology and innovation on our society and a greater understanding that science saves lives. Update on COVID-19 interventions by the Department of Higher Education and Training. Starting with deaths in the sector due to COVID-19, by the 22nd of September, we had lost 89 members of our public higher education community to deaths from the virus. Of these, 53 are from universities, and that was 44 staff members and 9 students and 36.
And moving on to our next story. Leisure travelers from countries with coronavirus infected rates higher than South Africa, including Britain, the United States of America and France, India, the Netherlands and Russia, will still not be permitted to enter when South African borders open today on the 1st of October. This announcement was made on Wednesday by ministers, including the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Naledi Pandor, addressing the nation with regards to opening South Africa's border from the 1st of October.
Also allow travel for travelers from the African continent, both for business and leisure purposes. But everybody will be required to be screened.
The South African government has flagged the following countries as high risk due to their high infection and death rate due to COVID-19.
Got Puerto Rico, Qatar, Romania, Russia, San Marino, St. Martin, Slovakia, Slovenia, Suriname, Switzerland, Trinidad and Tobago, Turks and Caicos Islands, Ukraine, United Kingdom, United States of America, United States Virgin Islands, and Venezuela.
Countries whose COVID-19 infection and death rate are higher than South Africa will not travel into the country for leisure. Only citizens who are investors, diplomats, scarce skills, and business people will be allowed into the country.
Travelers for leisure purposes from high-risk countries will not at present be permitted into South Africa. Only persons who are high-skills visa holders, who are investors in the economy of South Africa, will be allowed entry if they are from a high-risk country, or diplomats, as is currently the regulatory position, right? So the regulations with respect to persons traveling from high-risk countries remain in place. So,
moving on to the next story. Gauteng Premier David Makhura has placed the head of State of Department, Professor Mkhululi Lukhele, on precautionary suspension with immediate effect. In a statement released on Wednesday morning, Makhura stated that he was acting on the recommendations of the Special Investigating Unit, following the representation of an update report on the 22nd of September 2020. This comes after the Special Investigation Unit found the head of department failed to exercise his responsibility in the awarding of contracts to certain companies for the procurement of goods and services in relation to the government's response to COVID-19. The statement states that Lukhele will remain on precautionary suspension pending the SUI's completion of the investigation and finalization of disciplinary proceedings for this misconduct. The state capture inquiry has now heard on how slews of the ANC big wings and the party itself received millions in donations and payments from Edwin Isodi. The majority of his company works comes from government tenders. Blackhead has now over 1 billion in turnover every year for the past decade. In 2015, a year after getting the asbestos tender, Sodi paid 650,000 rand towards the purchase of property of the Free State Human Settlement HOD, where they live in.
That, as I understood your evidence, was a service level agreement entered into by each service provider on a panel of between 50 and 60 service providers.
That's correct, Chair.
The agreement well, let me put it another way. Let me deal with that now, rather. That agreement was extended, and if we look at FS 8159, you've just told the Chair that that agreement was extended to the month of August 2014. You said late August 2014. Is this the extension letter?
That's the extension letter, Chair.
It's addressed to you, attention Edwin Sodi of Blackhead Consulting. You see that?
I see that.
And it's dated the 13th of May 2014.
That's correct, Chair.
What happened?
And 3 men linked to the asbestos deal gone Ori were arrested by the Hawks on Wednesday. Edwin also said that Edwin and Tomate Mukosi and Tabane Zulu were apprehended by the Hawks. According to the Hawks spokesperson Hangwani Muraudzi, the men are among a group of suspects that were behind a 255 million rand housing scandal in the Free State. And in our sporting news, Mamelodi Sundowns issued a statement by its president, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, yesterday approving and supporting the departure of head coach Pitso Mosimane for the top Egyptian club. In a statement, the president of Mamelodi Sundowns, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, revealed that Mosimane and his agent, Moria, who is also his wife, came to brief him on the discussion between himself and a top Egyptian club. Mosimane also said that Sundowns had been aware of the ongoing discussions between Pitso Mosimane and the Egyptian club with other North African clubs. Mosimane also said that he had received a warm and emotional note from Patrice Motsepe, who is the most successful coach in the club's history.
Pride and gratitude.
Sundowns will also make an announcement in due course concerning a new head coach and other changes that will be introduced.
Pride and gratitude that announced that I've accepted an offer to join an international side with an effect from the 2nd of October 2020. This said club extended an offer to join the illustrious team with the desire that I lead them in the quest for more titles. And I'm honored. Although it is difficult to let go, especially because I had more plans for Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club, the universe has just offered me a new challenge. After almost 8 years at Sundowns and 11 trophies achieved, I need a new challenge that will push me out of my comfort zone, and Sundowns can use a fresh and a new perspective. Whilst I had 4 years remaining in my current contract, this offer is a huge opportunity for me that would not have come had I not had the privilege to be part of the Mamelodi Sundowns team that won the CAF Champions League.
And well, that was the first edition of All Headlines and News right on Morning Express. Allow us to take this quick commercial ad break and we'll be back after this.
Violence and sexual abuse against children has become a major social challenge during the COVID-19 lockdown. We appeal to adults, parents and caregivers to be kind towards children during this lockdown and beyond. Give children the space they need to engage with their reading and learning activities. Do not hit them. Do not yell at them. They are equally frustrated. We urge you to listen, support and help the children to survive the COVID-19 lockdown. Report immediately any incident of sexual abuse. The Department of Basic Education. Every child is a national asset.
Feel the heat.
I love Adam Selman.
The girls are really thin. I think it looks very glamorous from the outside.
The life of a model in New York City.
There is such cool prints. So many.
You know, I'm buying this.
Look at me and all the selfie sort of thing. Honestly, I didn't really know that was actually a job. It just didn't occur to me.
Congratulations. Feel the excitement. Feel the heat with StarSat. Feel the heat.
Chicken portions are an easy way to feed a crowd.
I've just started to incorporate all my ingredients.
We're going to put this inside of a hot cast iron skillet.
You want to really fill up on great protein.
It's now time to sample the chef's dish. Look at this.
I know.
Like that.
Feel the excitement.
The chicken is on the spot.
Feel the heat with StarSat. Feel the heat. Feel the excitement. Feel the heat with StarSat. Challenge your ordinary. Experience the extraordinary.
Not only the government, the municipality here has had no plan.
Now, I believe that my peace is my most valuable asset.
Absolutely
exactly what I was looking for.
It is a day to celebrate.
We're ready for action. I like it when it's nice and soft. Yeah, that is nice.
How was it like growing up in Nigeria? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is.
Feeling is there that, you're doing something special.
Stop being so dramatic, Mira.
You should just be what you want to be.
Experience the extraordinary with StarSat. Feel the heat.
All right. To make it through this journey alive, you're gonna need someone to teach you the ninja way.
Don't just stand there. Kill someone.
Feel the excitement. Feel the heat with StarSat. Feel the heat. Feel the excitement. Feel the heat with StarSat.
China's saying that the latest outbreak is under control.
Feel the heat.
The cabinet has decided to ease restrictions on certain other economic activities.
I don't want to be a white person who sits by and does nothing, so that's why I'm here today.
Feel the excitement.
We are here to unite, because what we are fighting for is to stop institutional racism.
Feel the heat with StarSat.
The coronavirus outbreak.
Experience the extraordinary.
Tremendous waste and tremendous fraud. Mexico is, in fact, you will soon find out.
It is a day to celebrate.
We don't approve at all what's going on.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily unusual.
Challenge your ordinary.
Not only the government, the municipality here has had no plan.
Experience the extraordinary with StarSat. Feel the heat.
You said you love me.
I do.
Sure.
Yeah. Leave Miles Van you go. Oh, no, you don't. Get out of my way. Get out.
That is an abomination.
Oh, the love you promised me.
Do you have a boyfriend? Yeah?
Feel the excitement.
You don't know how I've been longing for this.
Well, welcome back from the ad break. You're still watching Morning Express right here on Galaxy Universal Network. On Facebook, we are still there seeing you comment, and thank you very much for joining us. But as you can see, my face is lit up, it's glittering, because I already feel like it's Christmas morning where I see all the beautiful things that we're going to indulge in. But today, for the special feature, we are joined by Chef OMALICHA. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, Amoni.
Man, it's a pleasure. Well, I want to indulge already. I need tea, I need coffee, just so that I can get into what is in front of me. But before we get here, take me through your journey of pastry, of baking, I guess.
Okay, pastry. Yeah, I come a long way with pastry, actually. This is just a God-given gift. I didn't know I would end up in this journey. While I was in university, because I did graphics and design, public relations.
Yeah.
On my way, I was interested in business. Since I'm an artistic person, I just thought, food. Yeah, I love food, so yeah, this is where art and food got me.
Yeah.
So in 2015, I started a business called INDULGE Cake Studio.
INDULGE.
Yeah, which is 5 years running now.
Oh, wow. But I mean, you're mentioning so many different points to who you are. You started graphics design, you went to university, and here is this bug biting you about that. I should be baking. I love food.
Yeah.
I want to create. But have you always been a foodie before you started cooking, or has it always been a bit of both?
Yeah, I've always been a foodie. I have my 2 uncles who are chefs. So I took everything from them since childhood.
Since childhood. And then transitioning as a young person, starting your own business, saying that this is what I'll be doing. This is where I think my heart, my passion is fueled by God. And then you started your business. What are the challenges that you faced?
Challenges, it's when I first started, since I didn't do pastry at school, I had to teach myself a lot of stuff. I still remember the first time I baked a cake. I was like, okay, buddy, Valastro from TV. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. When it flopped, I had to cry. So that was one of the biggest challenges that got me up and running into the woman I am today. Because I had to redo my cake again until it was perfect enough for me to start the business.
But just speaking of perfection, and looking at what is in front of us, you've perfected the craft of making all these beautiful scrumptious. They look scrumptious, by the way. And I think your mission and vision statement within your business profile says that we are creating jobs for young people. And we've seen recently by Stats SA that unemployment rates in South Africa, more especially for young people, have hit rock bottom. So how do you then plan to implement all that and creating jobs within COVID-19 still?
I'm actually not just a baker. We have a bakery in Pretoria Central.
Okay.
So as a business, we have aspects in there. We have admin, we have general workers, pastry chefs like me. Yes. So in that way, we were able to create a few jobs. You see, COVID-19 affected us a lot in various ways, especially financially. So we are glad to have helped a few youths that are willing to do so as time goes on.
That is so beautiful. I think that you're merging everything. It's not just cooking, but there's admin, there's financing, there's branding, there's marketing. And what is your target audience? Because a lot of people look at this and be like, probably it's just young people. But what is your target audience?
Yeah, that's true. They say young people, but it's everyone basically, because our cakes they cater for corporates. We don't do only cakes, we do pastries, so other businesses can come buy from us. You know, kids and birthdays, those are our biggest market. And weddings, everyone basically is for Indulge Cake Studio.
Oh yeah, interesting. Well, the greatest question is, you have a business, you are young, you are passionate about what you're doing. Do you have every resource that you need as a business, as a young person that is saying that here's a job and I'm waiting for sponsors, maybe I'm waiting for the government to recognize, or do you have things that you need, your cake mixes? Like, there's so many things that you need as a business. Do you have all those things?
Yeah, it was hard, like I said, at first, up until I met an angel that...
an angel?
Yeah, that had to sponsor us with the rest of the stuff, because as a business, and you know, financially it's not easy.
Absolutely.
Capital is very much not easy, but then there were people who were able to budge in and rescue us. So yeah, we're grateful for that.
Oh wow, well, here's alert level 1. People are traveling, people are going to be doing a lot of things in the borders of South Africa. What is your message to people? So where can they get a hold of you guys? Where can they come to taste a bit of everything?
People can get us at Pretoria Central, Church Street and Schubert. It's Indulge Cake Studio.
Indulge.
Yes.
Well, take me through. I'm seeing that particular one written, "Thank you, Gun," and that's us.
Yes, that's you guys. I just felt that I should make a cookie that says "Thank you, Gun," just because as a young person in a business, we don't expect every day. It's not expected just to get a call. You wanted, so we're grateful for that.
I think let me have my cake and then I'll taste it and show it to camera before I have it. This one, I'd rather have, yes.
Right, no problem.
It's such a beautiful one. Well, this one says, "Thank you, Gun," to us And we'd like to say thank you too for honoring the invite and joining us here in studio today.
Thank you so much.
Well, can I indulge because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, you can.
But I think before we do that, I think I'd like to know one thing. What is your parting words for South Africans that need jobs, that are in a predicament at this point, saying that we can't, and my passion does not give me money, because you are also passionate about the industry that you're in, which is pastry, making cookies. How then do you transition that love into reality?
The thing is, there is no way things cannot work out. When
Absolutely.
you have passion, everything just falls into place. And when you have passion, that talent takes you a long way. Simply because when I started my business, I started from pocket money. Yeah.
Pocket money.
Pocket money from home. So I would just buy ingredients. So if you have that 100 rands,
yes,
it goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Because look at me now.
Look at you now.
Exactly.
A black Bill Gates in the making. And I'm so proud. I think from one young person to the next, that continue pioneering, continue being this amazing person that you are. But thank you. Thank you very much for joining us here in studio.
Thank you so much for calling me.
It's a pleasure. Well, South Africa, Africa at large in the world, you've seen it, you've heard it right here at Galaxy Universal Network, as always. Well, as I indulge in my cake, I'll see you guys same time, same place tomorrow morning at 9:30. Have a good one. Cheers.